NHL 24 has arrived, and it's here with some new features and gameplay enhancements for hockey fans. But is it enough for those who have played NHL 23? And is it also very welcoming to new fans who want to try out the NHL series? So, this is our review of NHL 24. One of the standout features of NHL 24 is the exhaust engine. The exhaust engine is absolutely amazing. It actually brings a true depth of adding pressure, not only for yourself, but also when you're facing an opponent or even the computer as well. The exhaust system works just like this. If you keep on piling shots onto the team, you will see a meter starting to increase. And then you will actually see the boards eliminate and fully fill up to let you know, like, hey, you're on full pressure. And then you'll start to see the team start to make sloppy mistakes, not able to clear the puck out, just like real life what you will see when if a team is on a power play or the team is just caught in their own end. The goalie will also start flailing around. They're not going to make as clean saves as they're normally going to be doing. But it is actually a great addition, and it actually brought a true hockey feeling, I must say, with this new feature right here. So that's definitely a plus. And I love the exhaust pressure system, or the exhaust engine, that is what it's called. A great touch and a great addition for EA for bringing along for the NHL 24 franchise. Now let's talk about the physical contact right here. Now, back in the day with playing NHL games, it's always about the big hits. You know, you want to hit someone over the boards, you want to hit them through the glass and everything. Well, I'm happy to tell you that you can hit someone into the boards, and you can definitely hit someone to breaking the glass as well. Big hits are back in this game. There's actually a unique way of doing it with the new controller scheme. If you pull back your right trigger and line them up, you can actually line and then you push it up, not like a flick up, but you push it up, you will land a big hit. And like, there's a lot of games where I was nailing a couple of the players, and they were definitely taking the big hit, and a lot of them left the game out of it as well, and the fans will start booing you and everything like that, which absolutely love, because it helped out my team win the game after all. But it's definitely great to see that the contacts are back. Before, when I play NHL 23, you know, you just bump into people and like you didn't really get that big hit feeling. This one, players are flying, like they're flailing all over the place, depending on the big hit and everything, or especially if you line them up with a big hit as well. It is a great addition, and once you learn that you use the right trigger to pull back to line up your hit, and then depending how far you go back on the right trigger, and then you push it up, and then you hit the player, the bigger the impact. Now that also could mean if you happen to miss, you are way out of position, and you will most likely hurt your team, and it also can lead to a goal as well. But the physical contact, a great realistic look, and I absolutely love it as well. Vision passing is also a great addition as well. It's something I still had to get used to after playing a couple games. I'm just used to like using the directional stick and hitting pass, but with this one right now, it brings what a feature that Madden has for the quarterbacks. Basically, once you are, I found I spent more time looking around, be like, okay, which button is that character? What button is that player over there? I found I spend more time like that. But over time, you start to pick it up a little bit. But I feel like there's you could still sorry, you could still pass normally if you wanted to, but the vision passing is also a welcome addition as well. It doesn't take away from the current passing that's available now. It is just something additional if you want to do like a little quick pass. Now, with all that being said, also the presentation of the game is also really outstanding. I absolutely love the illuminating of the boards, whether it's telling you full pressure or it's giving you information about how many shots, how many hits you've taken, timers as well. It's if you watch current NHL, especially if you're Canadian, you will see that, I don't know if they do this in the States or anything, but I mean I would assume they do, but let me know in the comments below if they do this in the States. But they will have boards that will illuminate for obviously for advertising and everything like that. It's only recently after watching a hockey game, because today is the home opener, that I saw that it was illuminating like third period and shootouts in real life. So it looked like it was like they took items from the video game. Well, guess what? EA's like, no, we're gonna make sure we're up to date. They have all the information right there with different ads and everything, but of course they have like the full pressure will pop up, or like I said, a timer will pop up as well, shots, information right there, which I found I spent more time. I'm able to glance quicker to be like, okay, we have this many hits, or how much time I have left in the full pressure. It was easier for me to like gauge and everything as well, especially when you see like the whole board's illuminating red, and you can tell it gives you an idea like, okay, full pressure and mode is on. You don't have to like spend time looking at the in the middle of the ice to see how much time left, or if you have hit, or how close you are to full pressure and everything. Another great touch. I also enjoyed the goal celebrations, where it kind of just gives a spotlight to the player. You can also spend time to press some buttons if you wanted to change up your celebration if you wanted to, and it's a really great feature as well. Great presentation. I'm going to give the games its plus right now before we get into like any negatives or anything like that. Of course, Huts Modes is back with 50 plus moments. You can recreate the most iconic games in NHL history. You can relive, like the Ray Gretzky's 50 goals in 39 games. Or even Maria Filippoulon golden goal, the 2021 IIHF World Championship as well. There's different moments as well. That is also something I remember as well. It was never a Huts moment. Far as I can remember, there was a brief period where I stopped playing the NHL series. Actually, when they brought it to the Xbox One, that's when I kind of stopped playing. The 360 was like the last one that I played, the one that has Giroux on it. If anyone remembers that one, let me know in the comments below. But that was the last one I played, and for a while after hockey break, I've been playing NHL since 1994, and I took a little break because there was key features missing when they brought it over to the Xbox One, and I was like, what is this product here? But anyway, that is then and this is now. So I always remember those moments were like its own separate thing. I don't remember it being part of the Huts moment, but now it's called Huts Moments, and then you could accomplish that as well. Of course, there's the EASHL mixed clubs, where you could, obviously the name's right there, mixed clubs. You could have either male or female players on your team. You can get the best from current players to legends to rookies as well, and build up your team, and for you to face off against other players, mixed teams as well, which will be controlled by AI, basically be controlled by AI CPU. And all that stuff. So there's also a brand new commentator as well, Cheryl Ponder. You know what? She's excellent. I just want to let you guys know there's also a new commentator. I don't remember who the other guy is what his name is, but Cheryl is a breath of fresh air, I would say that. So she does add some great commentary as well, and it just feels new, I would say. So, but she does a great job, and I want to give her kudos for that as well. So there's also a battle pass for the online mode stuff. I don't know, stuff like that. I didn't really, for me, that's not for me. I don't know if it's for anyone else, but it seems like to just be the same thing that was in NHL 23. So not too much was brought in for 24, except for just new cosmetics, and you can make your own player, and basically just go online to rank up and everything like that. So the cool thing about this is that finally crossplay is here. Crossplay is finally here, so now you can play with more players. There's no restrictions on like, oh, are we playing this on PlayStation, or are we playing this on Xbox? Finally, it is crossplay, and you could just mix and match, and you could join a club with other people. So now that is great for, especially for for communities. If you're a content creator, it's great to build some great communities. Instead of people like, oh, you playing on PlayStation or you playing on Xbox? You don't have to worry about that question anymore. Now people can just join your clubs and you guys could try to dominate the NHL world online and everything. But there's something I wish that they bring back. And I don't know how you guys feel. Let me know how you feel about this in the comments below. But please, EA, for the love of God, you bring not as crossplay. Crossplay is finally here at last. Great. I'm happy, super happy about that. People could join up clubs. Super happy about that as well. Can you please bring back GM Connected? GM Connected was like, you guys were ahead of your time, and honestly, that was one of the main reasons why I stopped playing this franchise when they came over to the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 first gen. And GM Connected was such a great feature, and it was a great way to build communities. You could run your own league. Someone could be the GM. Someone could own the whole team, or you could literally have a whole batch of, you have a whole school running a team or running a league of their own if they wanted to, because each person could be on that team. You got 5 players on each team, and then obviously, and at that time there was 30 teams, I believe, at that time, or 32 teams at that time. And someone was the GM. So if you want to pull off some ridiculous trades, if you want to start the league in a fantasy draft, and if you want to trade, do some ridiculous trades or get denied from some ridiculous trades, like, it was such a fun mode. It was a great way to play the game online with your friends, because you ran your own league. You try to be like, well, I'm going to build my own team, and then you could build your own team, and we'll see which team is better, type of scenario here. And like, or if you want to just play it out, like, these are the players I have, and let's see how it goes. Or like I said, if you want to see, you want the AIs to take over and see who built a better team, guess what? You could do that. It was a great way to bring a community together, and I don't know why they took it away. And this is my plea, for the love of God, EA, please bring it back. Bring back GM Connected. It's such a fun mode, and I don't know why you took it away. It is I don't know. I don't know coding. I don't know how difficult it could be, but you had the coding done. I feel like you could just bring it back, and then now with crossplay, that opens up to more for more people to play with other people as well. And like I said, it's a great way to build community, and for content creators, they'll probably play that mode a lot more. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. You guys let me know in the comments below. You know, there's new controllers as well. Total Control, and I don't remember the other one, the name for it. But a lot of people were upset that and I don't blame them. I was kind of upset as well. They took away NHL 94 control, and they also took away the hybrid control as well. Now, good news, hybrid control is coming back in a patch, but it's coming back at this current time. It is not available of this review. It'll be coming in October. But like, why take it away? Like, I don't understand. Like, majority of people play on hybrid controls, and I don't understand the reason of taking away. You don't take away controls. Like, the previous game had like four or five control options. Why take them all away? Just give us 2. And I feel like you can't, like, you give options for skill level. Like, hey, what's your skill level? And you give it for a beginner, rookie, pro, or semi-pro, pro, all-star, whatever it is. And but you take away the controllers to help people, you know, like, get used to the game, and then they're like, okay, well, let me try this controls. Like, you're forcing me with a control that is brand new. I completely understand, but why don't you let the players, you know, let them be like, okay, hey, let me try this thing out. Oh, you know, it's not working for me yet. Let me at least switch over to something comfortable, and I'll practice this another day. Like, it kind of makes people you're making them feel like they don't feel welcome in a way, or like oh, sorry, you don't want, like, oh, I used to play old NHL games. Well, guess what? Your NHL and your 94 controllers are gone, so you have no option. Like, I don't know why you'll take those away. It didn't make sense, and I have to flag that for EA for taking those options away. Like I said, the hybrid controls are coming back, but it didn't mention anything about 94 controls. Like, if I just wanted to play with someone who hasn't played this franchise like for a while, like at least they could dive back in if they had the 94 controls. They're like, oh yeah, I remember these controls, and it was just and it was the best way. It was the best way for like people just to hop back in, just to try the game out if they want to try it out, and you might pique their interest to be like, hey, this was actually pretty fun. Let me buy the game, and then they could learn the controls down the road. But don't take them away and then just be like, well, we're forcing you to learn these controls. It doesn't. I don't know. For me, it doesn't make sense. You guys have your reason behind it, but it doesn't like for a game that you want for everyone to try. Why take away the options to play the game? You know. So I'm glad to hear that you guys you guys as an EA. Sorry, I'm happy that EA heard people's voices and they bring back hybrid controls. I don't know if they're bringing back NHL 94 controls, but I hope they do hear that as well and bring that down. It's sad it has come through a patch in sometime in October, hopefully soon. Especially that today is the NHL home opener for a lot of games, so people will be like, well, let me try to play the game now, you know. So you're kind of missing that boat in a way. So, but anyway, I just wanted to flag that as well. It's kind of sad they didn't have that because it made, like I said, just fans who it made it simple for fans to try it out, especially if they're like, if someone buys a game who never touched the game, they could try out the NHL 94 control. And you know, set the mode in beginner mode if they wanted to and everything, and then work their way up. You know, just let them practice on their own time. Like, the practice makes perfect, you know. So I would say after a while, you know, I actually really do enjoy the new control option. The total control is really great. It gives you that hockey feeling with the stick and everything like that. It is a great way after you take the time to learn it. They definitely knocked it out of the park. So I want to give them their kudos as well, to let them know that, just let you guys know that the new controller options are great. It does take time getting used to. With the passing is right trigger. I would say that there were times I was pressing B to pass. You know, I'm like, why am I not passing? And I'm like, wait, that's not pass anymore. So I had to like remind myself for that. And I think that's probably where the hybrid control options will come in. Where I'll be like, oh, I kind of wish I could do that and everything. I'm so used to just pressing B instead of right trigger, because it feels a little. I don't know. It felt a little off, but I started yelling at myself like right controller, right trigger, you know. So anyway, it does feel great. It does give you that like real hockey feeling as well. So I wanted to give kudos to that as well. So one more thing I wanted to, like, this, like, I guess this is my wish list as well, and if there is a way, I can't find it. The menu is not the best. The menu is kind of a little clunky. I can't even find where like the soundtrack option is in the game. I don't think it's there. If someone could find it for me, let me know, because I can't find it. But another thing, and this is another thing, if someone knows about this option, please let me know. But for me, I love to play my own like franchise in my own season. And I remember in the previous NHL games, you were able to select live roster as your current roster. And what that did was, throughout the season, if trades happen, or like say Crosby got traded to Carolina, for example, okay, but I didn't hear that news for some reason, or I just, I didn't hear the news. The game will do it for you in the next roster update, basically. And that was such a great feature, just to give you like the real, like, hey, you want to play your franchise mode, and you want to play with the live roster. A lot of sports games, they stopped doing this, and I don't know why. But if there's a way for EA to bring this back, or if there is a way you could currently do this, I need to know. I would love to play a franchise mode with live roster so I could just, you know, play along the season and everything, and it just keeps me going. Like, oh, this person got traded to this team. Let me like, I don't have to keep up to date. I don't have to go on NHL.com, see all the transactions that happen, and do it myself. Because there's a lot of transactions that happen. Some players get pulled up, some players get pulled down, and everything. If this injury happened and everything, I know that's one thing it did do, where like if someone did get injured, it didn't put them off the team. It'll just, you know, put them on, it would actually, like, it won't say that person's injured, but it just wouldn't put them in the starting lineup. It'll just put them in as a way. But you could just, like, you'd be like, oh, why is this person not here? Like, oh yeah, they're currently injured, let me just swap that in if you wanted to. Or if not, if you want to stay as real as possible, you could go along with that, you know. But I don't know, that's just a little wish list of mine. And like I said, if there is a way to do it, please someone let me know in the comments below. But if not, please EA, bring that back. Like, there's certain features I don't know why that were taken away. I feel like it doesn't hurt to have those features. There's really no reason to take those away, especially those options where, like, the NHL 94 controls. I feel like that's just something that should just be there by default, just to welcome people to the franchise. Believe it or not everyone has played NHL. You know, I know your fan base, a lot of people they're seasonal players. I understand that, but there's still people out there who have never played an NHL game. So at least keep that option. If you're like, well, no hybrid, like, I don't know why you'll take away options. I don't know, and it doesn't make sense to me, you know. Maybe like down the road, like after this new control becomes the new norm, then you can take that away. But I feel like the NHL 94 controller option should always be there. GM connected, I'd love to see. Live roster, I'd love to see that. Those are my 3 wish lists. That's pretty much it. But overall, this game, it feels like hockey. It's that for me. I feel like it's a step up from 2023 with the presentation, the hitting, the new controller option does feel great. It gives you that real hockey feeling as well. Like I said, it just takes a while for you to understand it a little bit. It did take me a while to understand the hitting with it, but once again, that's just pulling the right trigger back, and then don't flick it that'll just make your character like just throw like an elbow out or something like that. Just, you know, this basically how you could do the hit. You move the controller as basically that's how you do it. So but overall, the game feels good. I love that crossplay is here. The mixed clubs feel great. 3-on-3 is fun as well, or 1v1v1 is also great as well. The celebrations, there's 75 new goal celebrations, by the way, so I don't want to see comments being like, oh, that's the same animation. Like, no, there's 75 new goal animations. I love the spotlight over it. It brings a great feeling to it. So definitely, after all this, I'm still recommending NHL 24 for you to pick up, especially if you are a hockey fan. You definitely want to pick it up. And if you're new to NHL, you're like, oh, you know, I just started liking hockey, I want to dive into this as well. The hybrid controls are coming out, that will help you out as well. But you know what, just don't get too frustrated, because I feel like a lot of people get frustrated without those NHL 94 options. So, but that's pretty much it. My name is MD14. Let me know how you guys like, how did you guys like this presentation, or sorry, not this presentation. Well, let me know if you like this review, basically. But let me know how you also like the game as well. If you did pick it up, you do get 10 hours if you have EA Play. Great way to test out the game. Sadly, it's not on PC. Don't know why it's not on PC. It might be a whole modding situation, but I would love to see the game come back to PC as well. You know, even if it's through like Xbox, like PC option, and then if someone has the EA Play, that's the good way to play. I don't know, if you find some loophole, EA, come on, so you just bring it back to PC. All right, but I would love to see it come back to PC. But like, I like to know what you guys' thoughts on this. Definitely recommend NHL 24. It feels like hockey. Once I finish playing it, I'm still thinking about like, oh man, I kind of want to play like a couple more games and everything. So definitely try it out. Vision passing is great. Fan reactions are great as well. Commentary are great. Kudos to to Cheryl Pounder as well. And yeah, definitely check it out. I want to know your guys' thoughts on this. If you guys have the answers to the questions I asked in the review as well, let me know. All right. My name is Marcel MD14. And as always, everyone, have yourself a damn good one.